reliable, and willing to learn new things that will help them to become a better employee. People use defensive practices to make sure that once they've shown everybody that they're that great type of employee, they will maintain this image. Coworkers use protective practices to help each other maintain the image of being a good employee. In order for people to be a good employee, they must conform to the expectations the employer has for that employee. Social interaction leads to conformity by setting the standard for what the expected patterns of activity for a particular social group is. Some examples of this are an employee always being at work and always being respectful to their customers, regardless of how that customer approaches them. Another example might be a group of church people being dedicated and devoted to their religion, or people of a particular culture being very knowledgeable about that particular culture and following the norms that particular culture has. Once a social group has spent a lot of time together, the people who hold the same values, beliefs, and morals will continue to associate and spend time with this group. And those who don't either begin to have the same morals and values and beliefs as everybody else in the group, or they might find a new group to spend their time with. An example of how conformity is reproduced in everyday life could be a person who isn't of a particular religion hanging out with a group of people who are a part of this particular religion. The person who is not part of the religion may either act like they're interested in learning about the religion, or they may actually choose to learn more about this particular religion. If they just act like they are interested, then they will most likely not hang out with this group of people anymore and find somebody else to spend their time with. But if they are really actually interested, then they will continue to spend time with this group of people. These findings relate to my own life experience and how I am always conscious on working on impression management when in a front stage environment. When I am in a backstage environment, I am much more relaxed. I am much more willing to show my emotions, whereas in a front stage environment, I work to only show the positive emotions. I used defensive practices when I got upset at work, and after that, I worked really hard to prove to everybody that I was a good employee and was calm. My coworker has used protective practices with me one time when I had a client show up early for an appointment and I wasn't there yet. She told my boss that the client must have got there early because I never am late for the people that I'm meeting with. With my family, I try to be fun and nice. And at work, I try to prove that I'm a good employee. These are acts of me working to conform to the social group that I am a part of. Just like at work, I work to be a good student. I do this by conforming to the standards of these various social groups. We use dramaturgy every day. We use it to conform to the social standards that surround us. In front stage, we are aware of our actions and practice impression management skills. Standards of conformity are different for each social group. We learn the various standards for reaching a group's conformity by interacting